So it was the intermediates that were featured in qualifying. Despite drying up towards the end, nobody could set a time on the slicks. In the end, it was Daniel Ricciardo once again who snatched pole by yet another large margin. The Aussie showing some incredible form at the end of this season after being confirmed at the Scuderia for next season. The Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel will join Ricciardo on the front row though, as he and teammate Nico Rosberg made the most of the drying circuit to set their times toward the end of qualifying. Nico could only manage 5th on the grid despite being just half a tenth slower than Sebastian, but not the result he would have wanted as he's been let go by Ferrari and has yet to sign with another team. Starting from 3rd position is the championship leader Stoffel Van Dorn, who currently leads the Mercedes of ArrAV by just 4 points heading into this race. Alongside him comes Max Verstappen, who is likely very disappointed about being 7/10 slower than his teammate despite having the exact same car, and who also set an identical time to Nico Rosberg but did it earlier in the session. ArrAV is likely very unsatisfied with starting from 6th on the grid in a race where he needs to outscore Van Dorn by at least 4 points to take the championship. A win would secure it regardless of Van Dorn's finishing position, but if he doesn't win the race, he'd better hope that Stoffel has an even worse day. ArrAV is followed by Hamilton, who starts from a shocking P7 on the grid today, and he's followed by Pascal Wehrlein in the other Mercedes. Bringing up the rear once again, the Frenchman Pierre Gasly made another appearance in the top 10, this time beating both Williams drivers Bottas ahead of Button by just 7 thousandths of a second.
What's going, guys? Over here. Welcome back to my F1 MyDriver career mode, episode number 14 today, the finale of season 2. I can't believe we're already here, and it's been an absolutely amazing season to make, and I need to say for the final time, the 14th time, thank you guys so much for the support on this series. It's been absolutely bonkers, been crazy. I never thought that you guys could love a series so much like this, and it definitely has made it my favorite series of all time to make on YouTube. MyDriver season 2 has just blown everything out the water for me personally, and it's just been awesome to see all your comments, all the support, every single episode. There's so much hype every single time on Twitter and stuff like that. It's been crazy, so thank you guys for that. So we're here at the finale, a very crucial race, of course. If you missed the last episode, do go check that. That was a very, very tasty race. And if you've missed any of the races in the season so far, then do go check out the top right of this video and click the little card annotation, and you can go check out the official playlist. So you're all caught up, and you can see how we've got to this point at the Japanese Grand Prix, where we are 4 points behind Stoffel Van Dorn, our main rival in this championship today. One of us will win the championship once this race is over. It's going to be an uphill battle for us. If we look at the race winners over the season, just a bit of analysis on the entire season as a whole, you can see Van Dorn has been a very consistent driver in terms of getting the wins there. I've only featured twice on the winners board here, Canadian Grand Prix and the Italian one, and the Italian one we got quite lucky. The Canadian one's probably the only one that I won on pure pace, and obviously we had that bonkers race at the start of the season where our teammate won, and we've had Hamilton only winning one this season, Brazilian Grand Prix. Van Dorn's had the measure of him, but generally Van Dorn's been very consistent. Ricciardo has been coming back to form as of late. He was there in the middle of the part of the season, but it's been a really nice spread over the course of this season, so we've been consistent though. That's the key thing. We've been consistent. We haven't won many races actually, but we've been consistent with our points, and that's why we're in this position today. But we are 4 points behind, so we do have to have pretty much a perfect race here to try and win the championship. We have to overtake Van Dorn at some point in this race, but not only that, we have to hope that he's behind us to a certain extent where he's going to get less than the 4-point gap we need in terms of points that he's going to finish with. So a bit of a uphill battle. We are definitely the underdogs going into this race, but a lot of the times the underdog story is always the favorite one, so I'm not complaining. Let's go into this race today and let's see what we do for the final time in this season. And so for the final time this season, we go to 5 red lights. 27 laps ahead of us today will decide the championship. We are away. Rosberg getting an electric start there, closing up to Van Dorn already in 3rd place. Hamilton gets a lightning start, and we've had an absolute shocker because Gasly is also up our inside, so probably one of the worst starts I've had all season. Rosberg gets pushed off wide there, you can see, into turn 1 by Verstappen, I think that was. We'll go side by side with the Frenchman here into the S section. Now going to have to try and hang around the outside. He's going to try his best to leave it on the inside there, you can see in the mirrors, but we'll just about get it around the outside there, and we'll slot into 7th place behind Lewis Hamilton there. I believe Daniel Ricciardo is still leading this Grand Prix from I think it might be Van Dorn or Vettel in second or third there, but I'm hoping it will be Vettel in second because, of course, we need to try and overtake Van Dorn in this race. But now we cut later on onto lap 1, trying to chase after Hamilton, who's going side by side with Rosberg into 130R. Also up ahead, I think that was Vettel and Verstappen also going side by side. Hamilton's lost a lot of momentum there on Rosberg. Will feed it down the inside. We have to try and make these moves quite hastily because we have no time to dawdle. We go side by side with Hamilton through that entire chicane complex, and now we'll try and get some slipstream on him. We can't get him straight away off that last corner, so we'll just use the slipstream. Obviously no DRS yet until lap 3, but here, slipstream the Mclaren. Hamilton doesn't put up much of a fight actually, considering what his teammate is in for this race, and we go up into 7th place, or 6th place that will be actually, and we're right behind Rosberg, and you can see up ahead, I think that's Vettel. I think Vettel and Verstappen fighting side by side, so that's great for us. Maybe they'll lose a lot of time there. The two Ferraris have really lost some time there behind that Red Bull, and Verstappen is up into 3rd place, so it's Ricciardo from Van Dorn to Verstappen, then the two Ferraris and myself and Hamilton behind me, and I believe my teammate is behind Hamilton. So right now an okay start to the Grand Prix. Let's hope we can make some more progress. We cut towards lap 3 now in the slipstream of Rosberg, who's also in the slipstream of Vettel, so this might be a bit of a two-pass move perhaps. We set the fast lap of the Grand Prix so far. Rosberg moves to the right, I'm going to move to the right of him. We go 3 wide into turn 1. Rosberg's pushed Vettel wide, he's taking him wide, and we go right down the inside of both of them, and we're up into 4th place. Rosberg and Vettel going out like hammer and tongs, and Rosberg's ran Vettel off the road, so I'm sure the German won't be happy with that. I'm very happy with that because we made 2 moves in 1 corner. Easy does it, and now we can try and concentrate on getting that Red Bull of Max Verstappen, who's struggling compared to his teammate here. And as we move on to lap 4, this is very apparent because Verstappen is losing a lot of time to us. We've got DRS right now into lap 4. We set the fast lap of the Grand Prix, so really going for it right now in this Grand Prix because we know we have to finish ahead of Van Dorn for any chance at all of winning this championship. We've closed up so much into turn 1 here on Verstappen. He's very poor on the brakes there. We go into the S section, just try and hold through. Obviously the dirt here is going to be affecting us a little bit, so I just want to try and get as close as I can and hang with him through this entire S section because hopefully we could get a good run up the hill, which is generally quite a good place for me in this circuit. So here we go in 4th gear, getting some great drive up into 5th gear. We're going to try it on the left hand side. Verstappen just going to give us just about enough for him, just enough, but it just wasn't enough to actually make any sort of move. But now we'll do the switchback. Thought about it, kind of backed off. We couldn't make that move. That was going to be a silly move. We did try that across that apex because I didn't have enough momentum going into that. So Verstappen doing a good job right now to block me here, to the demise of me. But now we cut later into the Grand Prix through the spoon section. I'm going to try and close up on him. It's lap 5 right now in the slipstream of Verstappen. Hopefully down this back straight towards 130R. This could be a very tasty move. We get the slipstream. Obviously no DRS down this straight because it's too dangerous with 130R. But here we go on the right hand side. Verstappen's going to try his best to hang it around. We're going to go side by side through 130R. What great racing this has been right now so far. And into the chicane. Verstappen actually outbrakes us there in the initial part of the braking, but we just get it round the outside on the second part, and we're up into the podium places. 3rd place right now, and Verstappen is going to get slipstreamed by Hamilton actually. So Hamilton is going to come out of nowhere there after overtaking both the Ferraris quite easily, and he slipstreams Verstappen and gets up behind us in 4th place. We run a little bit wide into turn 1, but that's not a worry. We'll get it back here, you can see, on the exit, and we'll be fine and slot just ahead of Hamilton. And now we can chase after Stoffel Van Dorn. We cut into lap 6 now, still chasing after him, but Hamilton is right behind us in the mirrors, slipstreaming us. He's going to maybe have a look into 130R. He tries to nip down the inside, but we'll just about hold it round, and Hamilton backs out of that in the middle part of the corner. So we've just had the measure of him there. Very, very close though, so he's still very much there. We can't hang about. We have to try and get a gap to him and try and close up on Van Dorn. But on lap 6, we actually think about diving into the pits right now. So a very early pit stop. As we mentioned, you might have seen in the Quali report earlier, but this car, the Mercedes car, it's looking like it's not too great on its tyres at the end of the season. I don't quite know what we've done to the car. Maybe some of the later upgrades have kind of affected things, but the car just isn't great on its tyres anymore like it used to be, and we have to maybe think about doing an extra stop here at Japan to make sure I can use this pace, because I have set the fast lap of the Grand Prix. Even though Ricciardo is out there dominating the race right now, we've got the better pace on one lap pace when the tyres are fresh. So we need to use that single lap pace to our advantage to try and overtake the guys up ahead of us. So now to lap 7, down the inside of Jolyon Palmer towards the hairpin. We actually lose the back end a little bit into the brake zone of the hairpin. We just managed to catch the car there as it squirmed around a little bit, and now we're up into 13th place, and soon hopefully it'll be 12th as we're right behind Grosjean now, slipstreaming him. Obviously he's on worn tyres, not made a pit stop yet. He's on options, I think that is, but they're worn options, so we'll go down the inside of 130R pretty easy, and he actually backs out quite a lot there as we look behind us. But now we've got Hulkenberg ahead of us in the Force India, and he's not going to make a pit stop yet, so we're going to swing through onto lap 8 now. Beautiful little camera angle here on the side of our car through the S section and up the hill now. Can we get a good drive just like we did on the Red Bull previously? Yes, we have. This time it's even better one, I wonder. Maybe can we make a move? Hulkenberg on prime tyres as well, so that's even better for us. We're going to try maybe, but Hulkenberg defends well from us, places his car correctly, but we just make a move down the inside. Late move, he gives us the room, thankfully, and we just make that pass, and that will be 7th place. So now, hopefully with some clean air, fresh tyres, we can try and get a bit of an undercut on these guys and gain some time on them in actual delta time. So now we cut onto lap 9. We climb up the order as people make their first round of pit stops. Hamilton coming out the pits right now, so it looks like he's still ahead of the 2 Ferraris and Max Verstappen, it looks like, as we come into turn 1. Ricciardo up there in 5th place, so it looks like he's maybe not as far away as I thought, so we could be on to try and catch him maybe, perhaps later on in the Grand Prix. We'll see. We are setting the fast lap of the Grand Prix, so we've got good pace right now on these fresh tyres. We come down the pit straight. We can see Van Dorn, that is, in 2nd place, going down into turn 1. Very slow, actually, on cold options, I should say. We make the switchback move, and we're up into 2nd place, so Stoffel Van Dorn coming out of the pits, obviously, naturally, he's going to be a bit slow on the colder tyres, and we made a very easy pass there. He's probably caught napping a little bit. So we're in 2nd place at the moment, and hopefully we can try and now get on to try and catch that man, Daniel Ricciardo, in the Red Bull. Well, as we climb up the hill, Van Dorn's just starting to get his temperatures up, so he might not be, we might not be leaving him behind as much as we would like to at the moment. But it looks like right now it's Ricciardo from myself, Van Dorn, then Hamilton, and then I believe it's Max Verstappen and the 2 Ferraris there. Ricciardo about 5 seconds up the road. But as we go on to lap 11 here, Van Dorn, as I mentioned, not sticking about. He slipstreams us. Got DRS here. We try and squeeze him onto the wall, but it's not going to work. We have to try and make the move back into turn 1. He's going to go a little bit deeper. We make the switchback move, cut his line off there, and we're into 2nd place once more. But Van Dorn is not going to leave this without a fight here for 2nd place. So he's going to actively try and fight me here for this position. And on to lap 12 now. You can see Van Dorn still very much behind us. Off spoon we go towards 130i. He's going to get in the slipstream, move to the left hand side of the circuit. Hamilton also not too far behind, but Van Dorn here moves on the left hand side. Looks like he's going to get the move even done before the corner comes. We swoop through, and oh my god, we get so close to his gearbox there. Probably gave him a little love tap, and now we try and move down the inside of the chicane, lock up a little bit, go deep, try and force him out down into 3rd, and looks like Hamilton's got him. Hamilton up into 3rd. That's fantastic for us. So Hamilton is overtaking him now, but he'll come back at us now with DRS. We've got DRS as well off Van Dorn. So Hamilton now up into 2nd. We'll try and re-slipstream him and try and get this 2nd place back. There's fantastic racing with the 2 McLarens. We go side by side into turn 1 down the inside, and Hamilton will give up the position and go down to 3rd once more, and we're back up to 2nd. But that's brilliant for us, because if we finish like this, 2nd place and Van Dorn 4th, that will be good enough for the championship right now. So Hamilton, his teammate, doing me a favour right now. I'm pretty sure McLaren at some point will give team orders to let him through, because I don't think that's going to be on. But at the moment, Hamilton is in my favour right now. But as we move on to lap 13, you can see we're going to come into the pits for prime tyres. This will be now. So the orange wall hard tyres. This will be only for about 6 or 7 laps, because the hard tyres are quite horrible around here, especially in practice. I did a few laps around here on options and primes, and I really just didn't have any great prime pace at the moment. So this will be the fast strategy for us. We'll be nice and fast at the end on another set of option tyres, and we'll try and re-overtake everyone that we're maybe going to give up with that extra pit stop. But as you can clearly see earlier on the Grand Prix, we have the pace on the fresh tyres, but crucially, that's the crucial word, fresh tyres. On worn tyres around Japan, my pace is absolutely horrible, so we really need to make sure we don't get held up. And as we cut onto lap 20, that's exactly what has happened. We're in 2nd place at the moment. Van Dorn's a few seconds down the road, and we come into the pits, and it's going to be for our last pit stop of the race. So yeah, literally not even kidding you guys, nothing happened in that prime stint. Probably quite rare actually on these new F1 games for nothing to happen pit stop to pit stop, but literally I was just driving around in clean air, which is pretty good for us actually. So we got some good pace on those prime tyres, surprisingly, in that clean air, but nothing actually physically happened. I don't think I actually even saw a car a few seconds down the road of me, because I also undercut everyone with my earlier stop. So we come out of the pits right now onto lap 21 on fresh option tyres. So we've got 6 laps to go, guys. 6 laps to go, and we could get this championship. We're in 9th place at the moment. Gasly's up in 8th. We've got to try and overtake all these cars ahead of us. They've already made their final pit stop, but crucially, all of them on worn prime tyres. I think they made all their pit stops about 3 laps ago, so they're all on worn, older prime tyres. We're on fresh options. It's time to get a move on here. Moving on to lap 22 through the S section, and we close up to 1 Pierre Gasly, who's surely going to be taking that Red Bull seat. Ricciardo is leaving for Ferrari. But now through the S section, good pace, we're getting a good run here, and we get actually a bit too good of a run as we give him a little love tap there through the right-hander. But I wonder if this can make a similar move like the one we made to Hulkenberg. I wonder again, not getting any room on the outside, gonna have to kind of just hang it through, and now down the inside we'll go, give it a dive, lock up on the right tire, go a little bit wide on the exit of the curb, and we're up into 8th place. Very similar move like the one we made to Hulkenberg. And now we've got some clean air, and we need to try and catch up to Nico Rosberg in the Ferrari. We move on to lap 24. We've only got 3 laps left in this Grand Prix, not including this one, and we swoop through Spoon here, getting a good run on Rosberg, using the curb quite aggressively on the exit, and we're going to close up on Rosberg with Slipstream. Obviously, again, no DRS down this section because of safety, but we're in rich mix at the moment, so we've got fuel to burn. We'll move down to standard just to make sure we don't run out of fuel towards the end of the race, but we're getting some good tow on Rosberg. I wonder, can we make a move? Oh, we thought about it, but locked up there. Thought better of it. That would have been a little bit silly to make a move from that far back on the Ferrari. But now we'll close up on him through the final corner. He actually gets a bit better traction thus, but now getting the run. Open DRS onto lap 25. Officially now, 3 laps to go in this Grand Prix. We're down in P8, but don't worry, we've got some good pace down the inside of Rosberg. He's on prime tyres, as I mentioned. He actually goes really deep there and off the circuit a little bit, so Rosberg being scared off the track almost there by the pace we had into turn 1. But we're up into what will be 7th place, and up ahead I think that's Wehrlein and Vettel battling. Yeah, there we go onto the end of lap 25 through Spoon. Vettel getting a poor exit. Wehrlein's overtaken him on the previous lap, so hopefully he won't put up much of a fight once we get past the German here in the Ferrari. We dart around, we move to the left hand side of the circuit, going down the inside at 130R, and Vettel goes wide a little bit. So 2 Ferraris getting scared off the road, and I clearly gave them so much room, especially through 130R there. Vettel just going very, very wide, maybe not having enough confidence on the worn prime tyres, and yet again just mentioning that, the fact that they're going so slowly. I mean, look at this, it's only been 2 laps and we already caught up to Wehrlein here from back where we were at Rosberg, and we've already overtaken him, so up into 5th place. And crucially, through turn 1, that's Hamilton going slowly, and I think that might be Max Verstappen in the middle. Van Dorn at the moment in 2nd place, so that is not what we want, but we can try and overtake him and do something about that maybe. But we've got Hamilton to pass first, then Max Verstappen in the Red Bull, and if I look up ahead on the mini-map, Ricciardo with a huge gap there, so it doesn't look like we're going to be winning this Grand Prix with only 2 laps to go, so we're going to have to try and force something through here. But we're going to slipstream Hamilton. The first job we have to do is try and get past all these guys into 2nd place at least, and then hope and pray right now. But we're right behind Hamilton through the Degner section, so we're going to try and close up on him towards the hairpin here. Can we make a bold move down the inside? We're going to have to make it. We go for it down the inside. Very bold move. Hamilton goes wide into the hairpin, and we actually make that a very easy pass, actually. It was a bold braking zone, but pretty easy middle part and exit there to that corner. And you can see, once again, moving down from rich to standard, just to make sure we don't have any kind of fuel problems right at the end of the Grand Prix with 1 lap to go pretty much once we end this through. But we're going to stay on board right now because there's through Spoon section. Look at the traction I've got on Verstappen, just showing how slow these guys are going on very warm prime tyres. Down towards 130R now, we'll slipstream Verstappen. He's going to park the car very awkwardly in the middle of the circuit, so we just about squeeze through on the right, get a bit on the grass here through 130R. We're going to have to just keep behind him, but we get really good tow down that section, and we go down the inside now. Did a little bit of fake to the left, then move to the right, down the inside, deep into the chicane, and we're up into 3rd place. And now we've got 1 more place to go. Van Dorn, Ricciardo looks like he's a bit too far away for us, but we'll try and see what we can do. You never know, anything can happen. We've seen so many things happen on the last lap of the Grand Prix so far in this series, so can we do it one final time into turn 1? Very, very, very close to Van Dorn's rear end there. He's going slowly, and we get up into 2nd place. He's going slowly, and we've got 2nd place, but I think he knows why. I think that's why he's gone so slowly and not put up much of a fight, because we're in 2nd right now, and Ricciardo is nowhere to be seen. Those 2 cars are lapped cars up ahead, and surely this is it. All I can do is hope and pray that Verstappen maybe overtakes Van Dorn. I'm praying. Please, Max Verstappen, try and overtake Van Dorn or Hamilton. Anyone, please, because I'm just helpless here. I'm in 2nd place, but Ricciardo is about 10 seconds down the road or something like that. I just need to hope that he crashes out or something at the moment, but we go deep into the hairpin, feeling the pressure at the moment, right ahead of Van Dorn. But all this time, I'm just slowing down. You can hear maybe in the car a little bit, just shifting through the gears a little bit less, because I'm trying to maybe kind of slow Van Dorn down a little bit with some dirty air, hope that Verstappen can close up to him, but through the spoon section, it's not looking like it's going to be possible. Verstappen is very close to Van Dorn, but Van Dorn's also very close to me. Can Max Verstappen do anything for me here in the championship? Down towards 130R, the final little straight here in this Grand Prix, in this season. It doesn't look like it. Van Dorn is actually going to get a beautiful toe on me. He goes down to the left-hand side. We're going to go side by side through 130R. He's going to lose some time. Can Max maybe get him? Ricciardo's won the Grand Prix. Max, please, make a move, please. No, he doesn't. He doesn't make a move. Into the chicane we go. And I think that is it, guys. That is it. We can't win the championship. We're coming in second place. And that is it. Stoffel Van Dorn is the world champion this season.
Aarav, I know there must be a lot of things going on right now inside your head, but can you even begin to describe how you're feeling at this moment in time?
Just gutting. Just to lose it by 1 point here is just such a, yeah, I don't really know what to say. Just kicking the nuts, really. We did everything we could in that race. We did the maximum we could do. There was no catching Daniel the entire race. I don't think I even saw him the entire race, actually. He was just on another planet, really. And so we did the maximum. We did the maximum we could do, which was second. Just wasn't good enough. It wasn't really on our hands today because, well, Stoffel finished third. So it's not really it wasn't in our destiny, I guess. Just after such a long season, such a close fought season, to end it like that is yeah, pretty tough, But even though we're rivals the entire season, respect Stoffel greatly, and we're good friends off track. So happy for him today, and congratulations to him for winning the championship. And it's a good full battle. And we joked about at the beginning of the season when he came in about us having a title fight like we did back in GP2 before I came to Formula 1 2 years ago, and it actually happened. So I guess I'll always have the memory of how fun this season was, but obviously it's going to be a little bit sour at the end to lose it like this, but immensely proud of the team, what they've done this season, what we've achieved this season compared to where the team was last year, and we're just going to have to try and swallow this one as best we can and just come back next year.
You mentioned feeling proud of the team. Does that mean perhaps you're completely happy at Mercedes? And are you planning or thinking about staying with them for another year?
Yeah, I am proud of the team. I am very, very proud of the team. Considering where they were last year and the way we've been able to come back and improve the car and just keep on going, especially after some more difficult races in the past few. I think we've shown this year that with a car that's maybe not as good as the opposition the entire season, we're able to fight to the last race of the season. So who knows if we had a car on par with them all season or better than them better than them all season, we probably would have wrapped it up 5 races to go or something like that. So we can still look back on the season and be proud, as I said. So I don't think we'll be moving anywhere anytime soon. We'll move forward. We'll get away. We'll get over it, and we'll come back next year.
All right. I won't bother you anymore. Thank you so much for your time.
All right. Cheers. So, there we have it, guys. MyDriver Season 2 is officially done and booked. It is over. Here are the race results. Daniel Ricciardo wins the Japanese Grand Prix. Very dominant, very Sebastian Vettel-esque in that Red Bull, and he'll be moving to Ferrari with plenty of confidence next season. We're in second place. Stoffel Van Dorn takes the championship in third there, and also helps Mclaren take the constructors as well. So we failed both objectives, which at the time of the race was very, very disappointing. But, after after editing the video and everything, you gotta just say it's been a fantastic season, such a fun one to do. And again, as I said at the beginning of the video, thank you guys so much. Thanks to you guys, the audience, for absolutely just showing this series so much love. It's been absolutely crazy and been a pleasure to make this season for you guys. And yeah, so if you did enjoy this episode, smash that like button. Let me know what you thought of it all in the comments below. If you're around here, then do subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. Guys, if you do want to see Season 3, I could squeeze it in just before F1 2016 comes out, maybe with a reduced calendar, like a maybe 11-round calendar. If you guys want to see Season 3 for sure, then smash that like button and let me know via that. But, guys, that has been Season 2. I need to say a few thank yous. Thank you once again to you guys, the audience. Thank you to Callum and Justin, CalHD, or Fake Ghost Pirate on Twitter, as you might know them. Those two have done the qualifying commentaries so far this season. Callum did a few at the beginning, and then he went on holiday, so Justin kindly stepped in, and then he's been absolutely smashing them the entire season since he took over. So thank you guys to those two. Thank you to Tom, or Tom97HD on Twitter or YouTube, you might know him as, for making the graphics for the calendar that you see at the start of every single qualifying report there at the beginning of the video. And once again, thank you to all of you guys, anyone in the YouTube comments, on Twitter. It's been an absolute pleasure to make this series, and it's definitely been my favorite series of all time that I've made on YouTube. So thank you very much for that. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Goodbye.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
All right. I won't bother you anymore. Thank you so much for your time. Also, that sucks.